Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Well, a little bit cooler than we saw yesterday, almost 10 degrees cooler in some spots. In the 50s now. We were in the 60s yesterday morning, 50 Tallahassee, 52 in Thomasville, and the temperatures are only going to get a little bit cooler as we approach sunrise. Still a whole lot of dry air out there for the morning time, too. So we've got low 50s, mid 50s throughout much of the area, but still hanging on to some 60s near the coast. Apalachicola at 61 degrees, Panama City at 62, but everywhere else, like we said, low 50s, because the cloud cover that we saw so thick yesterday started to erode just a little bit. Our clouds are moving in from the west instead of the east, and we've got winds that are going light too. So some clouds starting to move on in, some low-level clouds, maybe even a little bit of fog out there for the morning time. So if you see any, just use those low beams and be careful, give yourself a little extra time. But our big game changer for the week and the weekend ahead is going to be this cold front. Lots of showers and thunderstorms late yesterday and into earlier this week, moved through the southern plains. We're talking about tornadoes and all kinds of severe thunderstorms. But as that line gets closer and closer to us, it is running into a little bit of dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and it is starting to break apart. By the time it gets to us, we are going to hope we find some rainfall by Thursday evening, maybe Friday morning, a sprinkle or two. In the lucky spots will get some rain, but what it does have behind it is a whole bunch of cold air. Very mild where you see the front and all the clouds, 59 Jackson, 71 New Orleans, but if you look way off to the north and to the west, you see a whole lot of blue, you see a whole lot of light blue, and that is very, very cold, cold Arctic air behind it. We can expect that by the time we get to the weekend, some of the coldest air we've seen so far this year. And here is the front. The low in the Great Lakes is bringing some snowfall to folks in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan today. We've got, hopefully, some rain on the way by the time we get to Thursday. You check the time. Thursday morning, the front moves through. The best time for some rainfall, hopefully, will be on Thursday evening. But still, I think it's a little bit too much to be optimistic about. Those rain chances really are going to be minuscule. We check out Futurecast. We see the clouds moving on in by tonight. Then by Thursday, yeah, the clouds move in for the morning and maybe a sprinkle or two in the morning and the afternoon. The clouds move away and melt away by the afternoon time on Friday, really setting the stage for a very nice Veterans Day and weekend ahead. There is Tropical Storm Sean. Still not the most impressive looking tropical system at all. You see the little spin, but not a whole lot of tropical characteristics with it. The details on Sean: maximum sustained winds at 50 miles an hour, moving very, very slowly to the west at 3. It will impact Bermuda, and really that is it as far as the impacts to any landmass are concerned. It's going to move off in the open waters of the North Atlantic very, very quickly by the weekend and out of our hair forever. Morning 50s. We've got patchy fog around and a little bit cooler than it was yesterday. Those winds are calm. I think most of the clouds are going to get scoured out by the afternoon time, and we'll see some of them, but it will stay warm. Highs near 80 today, way above where we should be for this time of year, 5, 6, 7 degrees above average. Maybe a slight sprinkle chance for the evening time, mild and humid. We'll see mid and upper 50s with a little bit of cloud cover, and then the changes start. By Thursday, we see those rain chances 30%. I'm being very, very optimistic with those 30% rain chances, and a whole lot cooler, though, with all the cool air moving on in. Friday, we really start to feel that. Veterans Day morning when you wake up, how about 37 degrees, high of 63. Perfect parade watching weather, though. It's going to be bright and sunny, but you're going to have that jacket, that light jacket, with you out there on Friday afternoon. And even by the weekend ahead, we could be talking about frost on the ground.
All right. That will be perfect parade weather.
It will be.
All right. Sounding good. Thank you.
I really had the blast of heat on last night. It was freezing. 22 degrees, you said? Record?
22 at the airport. It's probably a little bit warmer in the residential areas where in town, but still, 22's downright chilly.
All that draft that comes in.
Yeah.
That cold air, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was cold no matter how you slice it. You look around the area, you see a bunch of temperatures that were at or below freezing. 34 in Apalachicola, the only spot that wasn't. So even though we broke the record at the airport in Tallahassee at 22, probably a little bit warmer where you are, it still was a cold, cold morning. I don't think we're going to see temperatures that cold when you wake up tomorrow. And we rebounded very nicely into the 70s and 60s for most spots, so a perfect afternoon. That big, big temperature swing indicative of all the dry air and high pressure in place. That will continue for tomorrow, too, and we'll see another nice afternoon to end your weekend. Right now, 39 Tallahassee, 43 in Thomasville. The dew points are low. Still a whole lot of dry air out there in the lower and middle levels of the atmosphere. A little bit more moisture, though, in the upper levels of the atmosphere. We'll check that out in just 1 second. But like we said, temperatures are still cool in the 40s and 30s. 39 Tallahassee, 36 in Blakely. Generally, the low and middle 40s in southern Georgia. A little bit milder near the coast, 45 at Apalachicola, 44 in Perry, and 48 right now in Live Oak. That is the mild spot around the area. Now, you see a little cloud cover, and that's the moisture we have in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But these high clouds really aren't doing too much to trap in the heat of the day, so temperatures are starting to fall in a big way with a calm wind and not a whole lot of that lower level cloud cover. Temperatures are going to fall, and you see this big, massive upper level energy moving through the deep south. Not going to bring us any sort of rainfall chances. We're going to have to wait till the middle of the week next week for any sort of rain, and I think we've got a pretty good shot of it. So right now, temperatures staying cool, 42 Macon, 49 in Atlanta, 44 in Columbia, South Carolina, but a little bit milder off to our west. We've got some 60s and 50s. As this area of high pressure that we've got off to our east kind of moves off, we start to see more moisture come in our direction. By Sunday, a few clouds. Monday, maybe a few clouds, but Tuesday will be the best day and the best chance that we're going to have for some rainfall in a very, very long time. We'll detail that forecast when we come back. All right, well, our weather stays nice around here. We're looking at the tropics. Sean, which we saw late last week form into a tropical storm, is no more. It is got gobbled up by a cold front way off in the North Atlantic. The rest of the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, very, very quiet. We still have about 2.5 weeks left of the 2011 hurricane season, and if anything forms, we'll keep you updated right here. The marine forecast for tomorrow, more sunshine. Winds will be picking up for the afternoon hours out of the southeast, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, and a light to moderate chop on those bays and protected waters. So your forecast for tonight, we're going to see those temperatures drop down, but not as cold as they were last night when you woke up this morning. About 34 inland, 40 near the coast. Some of the coldest areas might get to the freezing mark, but I seriously doubt we're in for any hard freeze like we saw last night. And those winds are going to be calm. Those rain chances pretty much nil. Pretty much nil for tomorrow, too. Staying warm and very, very comfortable. Maybe a few passing high clouds, but that will be about it. Mid-70s inland near the coast, right around 70 degrees at sunrise, almost right at 7 o'clock. There's your 7-day forecast. There's that good chance of rain that we've got on Tuesday. Then we start to clear things out. By the time we get to Wednesday, rain chances start to really decrease. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, looks like we're headed for another perfect end to the work week and start of our weekend on Saturday, looking gorgeous. That 7-day forecast.
It does look gorgeous.
It's not bad. We need the rain. We're going to get it on Tuesday. Looks like this is the best chance of rain we've had in a very, very long time.
And we don't need the 20-degree lows.
No, no. I think everyone will be happy if we get rid of those 20-degree lows, and it looks like we don't have to talk about that until probably wintertime, hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I still want it to be fall, at least.